This is Uptick Updates, episode 39. It's been about 3 weeks. Brian, I guess you and the team have been busy. I think the agenda for today, we've got 4 points. First is mainnet update, white paper details, talk about Hong Kong a bit, and then finally airdrop categories. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good. Good to see you
Awesome.
again, John.
Yeah, good. Always good to see you. So what can you say
Mm.
about the mainnet? How's everything going?
Oh, actually, the mainnet has been alive for 2 more weeks. So basically, this mainnet is I call it mainnet beta or mainnet technical launch
Okay.
because that's the first step to make it available to the market and to make available to the developers. So basically, mainnet is a so-called technical launch. First, it's a Genesis launch to go live. Right. So currently we have 137 validators in the active set of
Hmm.
this mainnet. It's pretty good scale, right? So of a public mainnet on the POS network. In the past 2 weeks, we experienced two phases of this mainnet and launch.
Hmm.
The first phase was called the Genesis. And also we actually invited 20 strategic validator partners to be part of the Genesis launch. Because in the past you can see a lot of announcement, right? So we have a joint announcement with validators, which become our strategic partners. They actually spend a lot of time and to make sure we are going together to launch the mainnet in a very short time period. At the same time, actually within 24 hours, we have quite a lot validators also joined mainnet. So that actually, because in the past 1 year, the testnet has been running for 1 year already.
Hmm.
Testnet 1 and testnet 2, right? So right now the testnet technical launch. So I really appreciate a lot of validators. They stick with us and provide a pretty good support. Even though I remember that was a weekend launch for the mainnet. So that was the Genesis period. So basically, it's up and running pretty good, and
Hmm.
the application team and is will be able to port their projects on top of that and to do the debugging and the testing. And the second phase actually was the so-called we call the balancing stage.
Hmm.
So why? Because right now it's a technical launch. The token is not in the market circulation yet. So that's why in order to support all the validators and also make sure the voting power is very balanced. So we have to do the delegation on the key validators to make sure they have enough voting power to participate. So in that case, in the balancing stage, actually we want to really include as many first 24 hours validators join this active set. So that's why actually we expand the active set from the original 80 nodes to 137 nodes.
Hmm.
And we actually delegated on every nodes with a certain number of tokens so that they can be part of that and with a pretty balanced voting power. Of course, the strategic validator partners, they have more, maybe 4x than the other nodes. And the other nodes also have a certain number of tokens running. So that's why we call it balancing. So basically, if you look into the blockchain browser, if you look at the listing, the list of all the nodes, you can see the token distribution from the first one and to last one is from basically 0 to 100%, pretty well distributed. So this actually also give each node a fair chance to participate the initial governance. For example, we already have several proposals be voted by the people, so people can be more they can participate with a fair chance, right? To not everything voted by the top validators with a super voting power. We don't want to have it. This is also a practice to have the decentralization of this network and to basically practice it. But in the future, when the token is into the market circulation, so we will encourage the validators will seeking more supporting from the market, right? So that's the game they need to run. At the same time, the official team will dynamically adjust the delegation to make sure it's still in the balanced mode. And especially we really hope that eventually it will be the market driven, right? The whole market participate based on the policy from each validator nodes. Yeah, so that's the current situation. So far so good. And moving forward, because right now we have the Uptick Mainnet, Uptick chain marketplace tuning right now. So actually, there are already some early stage creators. They participated and to generate some early stage NFT to test it out. Yeah, nice. So I expect you can see a new marketplace up and running and on top of the mainnet very soon.
Excellent. Hey, when will that Genesis phase for the creators and for the mainnet marketplace? You said it's just recently been made available, but is that going to end soon or?
Actually, it was started like 3 days ago. So first we have internal creators. They try to go through the user flow carefully. At the same time, we also invited several creators to put their work on top of that. Of course, from tomorrow, I think we will invite probably more creators from the current Uptick network on IrisNet.
Nice. And then when will it be made available to everyone? When will the mainnet for the marketplace be out?
Oh, so this is a good question. So actually, this will jump to our next topic. So actually, we will have several events launched in Hong Kong in the week of April 12th. So basically, two major events I hope the community can pay attention to. So one is April 13th afternoon. So that was Cosmos Hong Kong meetup. So we will meet with several other Cosmos key projects in Hong Kong, Cyberport. So that was the time we will announce the mainnet to the public and also announce the mainnet marketplace to the public.
Yeah. Great. Great. That's next week, right? Or like that's in a few days. We're recording on the 9th, so it's pretty soon.
Yeah, just a few days. Because next week, actually, I think Hong Kong probably can be a focus people can pay attention to, because Hong Kong has launched a Web3, basically a week of Web3. So there's a lot of it's a major conference hosted by the Hashkey Group and with some sponsors. We actually also participate in that conference, and also there's a lot of side events. Because a lot of people are there, right? So people will connect to each other one way or another. So a lot of side events. So basically, from the Uptick side, we will participate the main track of the conference. At the same time, we will have a Cosmos meetup, especially NFT-based, and introduce the interchain, cross-chain NFT technology. So that was the main topic Cosmos meetup will focus on. Wow. So Uptick Network, obviously, we are one of the player in this. As you remember, we have a GON, right, game of NFTs going on. and yeah, and also in the main conference on the April 15th, there will be a special session also focused on the Cosmos cross-chain. So we and other projects like IrisNet, Stargates, and a lot of other Cosmos projects, we will also be on the stage to present, to share. Maybe after that trip, I can give you more updates, more takeaways from the Hong Kong week. We also scheduled actually offline meeting with Chainlink. But that was a Oracle service where we have been using, but because we have the Uptick Mainnet, we try to work with them to how to introduce the full set of a Chainlink service onto the Uptick Mainnet. Yeah, it will take a while, but we are getting started.
Nice.
So I think that's a good timing for us to announce Uptick Mainnet and also Uptick Mainnet marketplace.
Great. And then the white paper will be out around that time too?
Of course, yeah. The white paper is basically it's a paper to introduce what we are, right? So what we try to do and to the public. So basically, the white paper, we will have two white papers in place this time. Actually, in the future, we will have more. So currently, we will have a technical white paper to describe the architecture and also the key components and also the technical roadmaps. So for the Uptick network, and basically, Uptick is an infrastructure, right? So it's not just a Uptick chain. So on top of Uptick chain, we have a lot of infrastructure components. We have protocols, we have framework, and then we can support a variety of the ecosystem applications. That's one thing. The other white paper is a tokenomics white paper, because the token model, economy model is very important to a blockchain project for Web3. So basically, the tokenomics white paper will describe our token model and how can we use this utility token and and also like a governance token, right? So how it works in the whole system and how it's different from just a simple chain, because as I said, we have a layered structure, architecture, and we have from infrastructure level, protocol, and a framework, and the application level. So that's why we actually have a so-called multi-layer token economy model. And also because of the interchain nature of our Cosmos SDK technology, so we will also create the multi-chain economy model. So that's the goal we are working on. But we will describe it in this tokenomics white paper to make sure it covers the big picture that we want to build. Because the simple chain-based tokenomics could be pretty simple. It's because it's for the governance, right? For staking, for the fee. That's pretty basic. But again, so because we really want to build the special business grade NFT-based infrastructure and the ecosystem. So we want to make sure the application built on top of Uptick will also benefit from this token model. Right? So we'll have we have a basic governance model. We will have a enhanced governance model. Remember, before we were talking about Uptick DAO, right? So Uptick DAO probably will cover more in the different layers. Yeah. So and also we also talk about the app mining type of incentive, right? So because we want to encourage people to build application on top of Uptick infrastructure. That's the first thing. But more importantly, we want to encourage them to really operate, to run that application for the long run with business income, right? With a good revenue source. So if they can do that well, of course, they will be a VIP on top of an Uptick chain, Uptick network. So in that case, they will have chance to getting more incentive and the rewards from Uptick infrastructure, right? So basically, this will be part of the plan to be described in the Tokenomics White Paper. Basically, technical white paper and the Tokenomics White Paper will be released next week.
Great. Great. So you were talking about Cyberport. Is that a place or is that the name of the conference? What is Cyberport?
Cyberport is a place in Hong Kong, actually Hong Kong Island. It's in the southwest part of the Hong Kong Island.
Okay.
Actually, Cyberport was built like almost 20 years ago. So that was the initiative that well, basically the top official from Hong Kong at that time. They want to build, because they don't want to make Hong Kong only good for the real estate and the financial, right?
Yeah.
So
it's like a Silicon Valley or something sort of concept.
Yeah. They really want to build some internet, some web technology, or well, basically the technology part in Hong Kong. So that's why they build a place called Cyberport.
Okay.
But unfortunately, it didn't went well in the past 20 years because Hong Kong, it's a place with I remember it was only 7 million people, right? So there's a lot of people, not many talents, especially technical web internet related talents over there. On the other side, the living cost is really high. So that actually didn't make the Cyberport program went well. But again, so in the past several years, they still want to make it or back, because of the economy is changing. Basically, I think they see a lot of great potentials on the Web3 and other fintech, right? Like a fintech sectors.
Yeah.
So Hong Kong by nature is an Asia-based financial center. So if they want to embrace something new from the crypto and Web3, I think that will be even have more advantage than other regions in the world. Yeah. So that's why I think it's more like a Silicon Valley type of place, and they want to encourage people to have an innovation, to do some even pretty disruptive startups over there. Yeah. So
nice. Uptick's going to be there next week, and other people in the Cosmos ecosystem, other projects. And when Uptick and people are speaking, that's going to be broadcast live, or it's going to be recorded, or
I think it will be broadcast live stream, but I don't know the address yet. So I will share with you and share with the community as long as I have it. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, that's exciting. What else? I think we covered everything up to airdrops. What's going on with the airdrops?
Oh, so the airdrop actually is it's a natural thing, right? So when you have a new chain up and running, and you have the new tokens, and before it really go into the market, you want to basically provide a certain level of rewards and incentives to the past contributors and also maybe the future participants. Yeah, so that's the purpose to have airdrop plan. And also in the Cosmos ecosystem, there's a tradition to do the airdrop to some strategic projects inside the bigger Cosmos ecosystem. Like, for example, like some Atom holders from Cosmos Hub, right? And if, for us, we also have a pretty good partnership with IrisNet. So the token holder of Iris token, as long as they reach certain requirements, right, from this airdrop. Not everybody, but they really participated something, so they will be qualified. That's one thing. Yeah, and the other thing is the past contributor to the Uptick project, right? So there's two type of contributors. The one type is Testnet Participants, right? Just like past 1 year, people participated Testnet 1 and Testnet 2, and in each phase of Testnet, so we have validators participated on the network part, and also we have end users participated into the test marketplace.
Yeah.
Right. So actually, they are doing pretty good to help us to validate everything. So they will be naturally whitelisted in the airdrop list. Yeah. Okay. So basically, it's a Testnet 1, Testnet 2 validators, and also marketplace users. So we will announce the detailed formulas how they will get the rewards. So that's one thing. The other type of contributors is like a past marketplace users, right? So actually we launched our Uptick and NFT marketplace 2 years ago, right? So it's March 2021. So on IrisNet. So far, actually, I believe our marketplace on IrisNet is still one of the biggest NFT marketplace in the whole Cosmos ecosystem. We have thousands creators from the world, different part of the world, and we have tens of thousands users on top of that, and pretty good. So we have last time I mentioned that we have over 300,000 NFT works minted. So of course, those people will be by default will be qualified to our airdrop, right? So because they deserve it. They did great, and they grow with us. And we hope they can enjoy the rewards and also move in to the bigger picture of the Uptick network. So basically that's the major categories we're planning for the airdrop plan. Of course, the airdrop will be carried out in certain stages. So not everything happen at the same time. So we will have several stages to release it. Currently the team already have the airdrop program ready and did several rounds of internal testing. So we were just waiting for the right timing to release it. Maybe start the first stage after Hong Kong announcement.
Great. It's wonderful. Okay, Brian, anything else to talk about today, or is that just about it?
Yeah, I think that's a lot for today already. So basically, we talk about the Mainnet status, and we talk about the Hong Kong events, right? So, and also we talk about the upcoming white paper, technical white paper, and the tokenomics white paper. And also, of course, I hope people can expect the airdrop plan be in place very soon.
You said like next week, right? Hong Kong. Hopefully those links will be available. You can put them in Telegram or some other way we can watch live, or as soon as possible.
It will be a very busy April,
Yeah.
second half of April will be a busy period of time. Yeah,
Oh, it's good to be busy.
well, it's a exciting period for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Brian. Keep in touch.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.